Hey everybody, Economic Ninja. We're going to talk about Janet Yellen and all these awesome things that are coming out of her mouth lately. So without further ado, let's do this. All right, I don't even know if my son's going to be editing this one. So there was the intro. Look, we're talking about Janet Yellen. She's all over the news right now. We're going to talk about a couple of headlines. It just absolutely blows me away because I want to remind people it's time to get out of their system. They're the puppet masters that are rigging these games. They've been doing it for a century, and it's been getting worse and worse ever since the 2001 dot-com crash. And it's getting so bad, it's getting so gnarly. The only way we can get out of it is to get out of it, all right? And that's the dollar-based system is what we're talking about. So Yellen says Americans haven't experienced the current inflation rate in some time. Wow, that is quite brilliant. I am so glad she went to some big super duper college and she's in charge of the world's finances right now. And I say world's because as of right now, supposedly we still have control of this dollar denominated debt system that's around the world. But it's absolutely just ludicrous, the stuff that comes out of these people's mouths. It's just jaw-jacking and complete nonsense. Yeah, we know we haven't experienced this kind of inflation, Janet. We can all feel it. You're feeling it from Wall Street to Main Street. But the facts are, which is really scary, is what they've got planned for us next. This next thing. Now, I've told you guys that we need to, it's one thing to learn how to make money. It's another thing on learning how to get out, when to get out, okay? When to take a win. That is the most important part. And here, look at this one right out of one day ago. Inflation to fall to acceptable levels in the second half of 2022, the Treasury Secretary says. Well, guess what? That lines up with exactly when I plan on being completely out of the market because deflation is going to become because of a collapse in the system. What's going to happen is as this inflation keeps getting worse and worse, and just so you know, it is going to get worse. My buddy Chris on Financial Fitness did a little short video he did like this Halloween theme to try and wake up people that would never normally watch things on economics. I'll try and link it. Somehow. It's just a little 50-second clip of him with a Jason mask and a knife, but then it goes into a news story. It's lunchtime, just so you know, in town. It's the lunchtime bell in our town. But my point being is that the story was about a large grocery company CEO saying that to expect food prices to inflate an additional 10% from where they are now. This was last week. He did this interview on CNBC by December 1st. I mean, that's absolutely ludicrous. But that means more and more people are going to have less money each month because they're going to, like I said in last spring, they're going to care more about putting fuel in their car and the high cost of that coupled with the high cost of food, right? Well, that's going to lead to a massive deflation. People are going to start slowing their purchases when it comes to extra things like vacations, big screen TVs and like that. And then what they're going to do is that's going to trickle into the real economy because now those companies are going to see less purchases. So they're going to be able to grow at a much slower pace, and they're going to have to start laying people off and all that kind of stuff. All right, that's going to lead to a deflation this next year that's going to blow your mind. And then once the masses find out, because the people that watch this channel, like you guys, the subscribers, you are so in the 1% right now. I don't care how, where you think you are financially. If you think, oh man, I'm just a little guy, trust me, just the knowledge and understanding of where we are is putting you leaps and bounds ahead of other people. Because if you save a little, if you get out of the world system, you go, okay, maybe I'll get some decentralized crypto like Digibyte or Bitcoin, right? I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I'm just telling you what I do. Or I start to invest in gold and silver coins. I start to hustle on the side. Maybe I don't have enough money, but I think things are going down and I see an opportunity, so I'm gonna start hustling on the weekends. I'm not gonna have any days off. I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna go invest it and invest it right. You will be that 1% because when this thing goes down, and I'm telling you, this collapse, when it comes and it sees its full, total, ability, it's gonna make the Great Depression look like a joke. And I don't know when that's coming. Do I believe it's in the next couple of years? Absolutely. Do I believe it's coming sooner than that? Yes, but I just want to, I want to be realistic with things. Now, today, Janet Yellen came out with this brilliant piece of news, and she said that they're looking into, the ability essentially to tax your capital gains before you realize them. It's called unrealized capital gains. They want to rob you blind. And that means that before you sell something, let's say you buy a stock at $1 and it goes up to $10, there's this certain rule that they're going to try and figure out how to do it so it's fair. They're going to fairly rob all of you. And they're going to say, well, you're now worth this much, so we got to tax you. Your net worth has gone up, so we're going to tax you. And I already know of ways to get out of it legally, just so you know. The rich already got this stuff figured out. There's all these ways, and as this channel progresses, we're gonna start bringing you those professionals to share these ideas with you. But the point is that the masses are gonna get taxed, and they're not even, it's before you even sell the stock. It's just absolutely crazy. And I'm sure on the flip side though, oh, it's fair though, because you know, if your net worth collapses next year because of a stock market collapse and you're worth nothing, you know, then you'll get a write-off. Score. Just, oh man, this is the antithesis of slavery. So it's important to start realizing what is going on. This isn't like oh, we're thinking about doing it. No, they're planning on doing it. What they're doing is they're throwing out these little blurbs. They're gonna throw them out in, you know, op-eds in big publications like the Washington Post, things like that, and see if there's an uproar. Then they're gonna, you know, bank presidents will talk about it, then, you know, congressmen will talk about it, the Treasury talks about it like they're doing now, and they're just measuring to see, okay, are we gonna have any insurrections? Are they, you know, we got a Boston Tea Party brewing? Nope, all right, let's do it. And that's what they're gonna do. So guys, there's never been a better time to get your money out of the system slowly. You don't have to throw it all in at once, but look at what gold and silver does throughout history when things happen. A lot of people say, it's not going anywhere. Well, guess what? Gold and silver are also the last to the show, but when they go, they go. And just look at the late 80s or the early 80s, late 70s to show you that story. Or why don't you look at the fact that gold and silver bottomed a month after the financial collapse of 2008. And as stocks were still looking for a bottom, they took off on a multi-year bull run. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.